Hey everybody, this is Jennifer and welcome to my channel. I wanted to give you a little bit of a recap today of how my reading has been going. If you've seen my previous video, you know I have a very ambitious TBR this month, and I've been working on getting that TBR done by regimenting my reading and trying to be a bit more systematic about it. It's a bit weird right now because my TBR is kind of blown up a bit because I know in the last video I mentioned that I was trying, well, I had this book on hold. I'm sorry, it's very hard to read from here. But it's The Evangelicals, Struggle to Shape America by Francis Fitzgerald. Sorry, I can't put a thing on there, or would. But so yeah, that came in, so I have 21 days to read that, so I started it right away. And the thing about this book is it's kind of long. It's 740 pages, and it's very easy reading. It's not hard, it's not dense at all, but it is the sort of book that I want to read closely. So I'm like highlighting in various places and I'm taking notes and stuff like that. So it's a slow reading process. So I don't really know how that's going to affect things. So I have had to move that ahead of the other books. Another thing I got in from the library that I was not expecting was this lovely thing. I'm sorry, it's like really hard to watch. I'll put links or something in the I'll tell you what they are in the bottom. This is really hard to look at. Okay, so I'm just gonna stop with that. It is The Greatest Love Story Ever Told, an oral history by Nick Offerman and Megan Mullally. They're a famous married couple. He is Ron Swanson on Parks and Rec. She is Karen on Will and Grace. And they got together 18 years ago, and this is the story of how they got together, kind of. I have the audiobook version, and from what I've seen of the ebook, it's written kind of like in a very conversational manner. So there's a lot of back and forth between them, and you get a big dose of their sense of humor. And so I'm just tearing through this one. This one should be done tomorrow. So this audiobook, it's nonfiction, so it fits in with the nonfiction November. So it got pushed to the front, but it's almost done. So I'm really enjoying this. And it's fun. So there's that. It's funny, it's charming, and it's profane, just like they are. So yeah, that did also jump the line. And also what I got, which I've been wanting, but I did not think I was going to get it so soon. Maybe this will be easier to... All Systems Red. It's the first Murderbot book by the Murderbot Diaries. That's what it's called. By Martha Wells. And I'm so excited for this. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to reading that. So I'm going to try to make it... I'm going to try to make some room for this in my section, in my TBR for this month, because if I don't read it, I'm going to have to go back on the holds for this. So yeah. So those are the things that are currently messing up my TBR. So I'm a little bit behind on Moby Dick, but I've read the first 4 chapters, and I have to tell you, I am super enjoying this. Ishmael is like, he might be my favorite narrator ever. He just, I don't know. It's like, I think if I knew him, I would like him. And so that first chapter, the first paragraph, I think is just like, the first paragraph is wonderful. I'm like, I read it a couple of times. And then he goes on to talk about how people are drawn to the ocean. And I'm like, well, first he talks about he is drawn to the ocean. That's the first paragraph. And then it goes on to to talk about how other people and humanity in general is drawn to the ocean. I'm just like, yes, 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 yes. So I am all here for this. It's just, between these 3 books that I'm currently reading right now, it's kind of hard. It's kind of hard because by the time I get around to Moby Dick, because I don't know, maybe I should be prioritizing Moby Dick more because it is like a read along and I'm trying to keep up with other people. But I get tired and so I have to stop after a couple of chapters, but it's not because it's dense, because this is not dense at all. I find the language, sometimes it's a bit like old-fashioned. Like there are some things that I'm not quite, like they use the term hypos, and when I hear the word hypo, I think hypodermic needle, because, you know, it's the times we live in right now, but I feel like he means something else. But at any rate, despite the occasional language issues, I'm just finding this to be like super interesting and fun. So yeah, I'm glad I've started reading this because I was intimidated by it. And I'm like, I don't know if you guys have ever watched Mad About You, but there's this episode where Paul and Jamie join a book club, and this is the book, and they're trying to pretend like they've read it when they haven't. And I just remember that as a really funny episode. But I am going to read Moby Dick, and I've actually already started, so I'm like 4 chapters in, and I'm really enjoying it, so I'm going to keep going with that, obviously. So yeah, that is currently what I have going on. Once I get done with the greatest love story ever told, I'm going to, like, I was originally going to have the audiobook for The Big Picture first, but I'm definitely going to put the Easy Riders and Raging Bulls ahead of that, because that's the one I haven't read yet, and I've already listened to the audiobook of The Big Picture by Sean Carroll, so that's going to go ahead. And so another book I'm trying to fit in, and I don't know how the heck I'm going to get it done, but I'm going to try. I have 2 more weeks on this from the library copy, but this one's never on hold, so if I need to, I can just get it back. Let me see. Let's see if I can get this for you. It doesn't have one of the proper, I'm sorry, I don't know what's going on with this video I'm trying to do today, but the Kindle covers are not coming through. It's Roger Williams and the Creation of the American Soul by John M. Barry. I recently read God, War, and Providence, which is by, dang it, I can't remember who it was who wrote it, but I really enjoyed that one. So I wanted to move on to another one because I first heard of Roger Williams in The Wordy Shipmates by Sarah Vowell, and so I wanted to know more about him, and I read God, War, and Providence, and now I'm going to read this one, Roger Williams and the Creation of the American Soul. So I think it would make a good combo with the Evangelicals. So I'm going to try to fit that in, but God knows where I'm going to find the time. I have no idea. But yeah, so that is a quick well, it's about 9 minutes. 9 minutes is quick. It's a quick update on how I'm doing with my reading so far in November. I'm going to try to keep you guys updated regularly. Yeah, so that's how it's going. How is your November reading going? Are you trying nonfiction November, and how is that working out for you? Feel free to leave comments in the comment section below. Thank you guys so much for stopping by. It's nice talking to you. Bye.